Most people assume that once they start earning a decent income, buy a house, drive a nice car, and go on a few vacations, they're on their way to becoming wealthy. It's the picture we've been shown for decades, that comfort equals progress and lifestyle equals success. But what if that feeling of progress is just an illusion? The truth is, many middle-class families are draining their future wealth through habits that look normal or even responsible. They're not doing anything extreme. They're simply following what society says success should look like. And that's the problem. Because in chasing that image, they spend money on things that make them feel richer in the moment but leave them struggling later. Let's break down what the middle class wastes money on, thinking they're getting richer, and what they should be doing instead. The first big trap is overspending on housing. Owning a home is often seen as a symbol of success, something that defines when you finally made it. And while real estate can absolutely build wealth, many people take it too far, too soon. They buy more house than they can comfortably afford, stretching their income to the limit just to maintain an image of stability. For a lot of middle-class families, housing becomes their biggest monthly burden. Between the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, and repairs, a large portion of their income disappears before anything else is covered. Add in maintenance costs, which easily run into the thousands each year, and what was meant to be a step toward wealth quietly becomes a financial trap. When most of your paycheck goes toward the house, it limits everything else. You can't save as much, invest as often, or take opportunities that come your way. Every raise or bonus ends up absorbed into keeping up with the home. The reality is, a home should support your life, not consume it. Choosing one that fits comfortably within your income gives you room to breathe. It allows flexibility, peace of mind, and the ability to grow financially over time. The next big drain is cars, easily one of the most expensive illusions of success. A nice car is often seen as a reward for hard work, a way to show that you're doing well. But for many people, it's one of the biggest ongoing expenses they have. Between monthly payments, insurance, fuel, and maintenance, a car can quietly eat up thousands every single year. And unlike a home, it doesn't grow in value. It loses it. The moment you drive a car off the lot, it starts to depreciate. Yet most people keep buying new ones every few years because they feel outdated or want the latest model. It's not always about need. Sometimes it's about image, comfort, or routine. But the pattern is costly. A reliable, paid-off vehicle often provides the same function at a fraction of the cost. Cars are supposed to move you forward, not hold you back. The less money you tie up in them, the more you have for things that actually build stability, like savings, investments, or a safety net for your future. Another major area of overspending is education. Education is one of the best tools for changing your life. It can open doors, expand your thinking, and increase your earning potential. But it's also one of the most misunderstood financial decisions people make. Many take on large student loans for degrees that don't translate into real opportunities or income. Others choose schools for reputation rather than practicality. The truth is, education only pays off when it's aligned with a clear direction. A degree without a plan can turn into decades of debt. In today's world, many of the most useful skills, from digital design to marketing, coding, or financial literacy, can be learned affordably or even for free online. Real growth happens when learning is strategic, not automatic. The goal isn't to look educated, it's to be capable in ways that matter. Then comes lifestyle inflation, disguised as self-care. This one's subtle. As people start earning more, they naturally want to enjoy life a little more too. There's nothing wrong with that, but often, those small upgrades quickly become the new normal. What started as an occasional treat turns into a routine expectation. Eating out more often, upgrading gadgets, buying name-brand clothes, booking nicer vacations. These things feel deserved. But when every increase in income is matched by an increase in spending, there's no real progress. It just keeps you running in place. The key is awareness. There's a difference between enjoying what you earn and needing to spend it to feel accomplished. True comfort comes from choice, knowing you could spend but don't have to. That kind of discipline is what creates freedom in the long run. Credit and financing are another silent leak in most people's finances. Using credit can be convenient, but it also hides how much you're really spending. A $100 purchase doesn't feel like $100 when you're only paying $20 at a time. Over months, interest builds, and before long, a small balance turns into a long-term expense. Many people rely on credit cards or payment plans just to maintain a lifestyle they can't fully afford. It starts as flexibility but ends as dependency. The habit of paying later encourages overspending now, and while minimum payments look manageable, they stretch out the cost of everything you buy. Managing money isn't just about earning more, it's about reducing the need to borrow. The less interest you pay, the more you keep. Upgrading too early and too often is another trap that doesn't look like one. Every year, new products come out: phones, TVs, furniture, cars, all with just enough improvement to make the old version feel outdated. Marketing thrives on that feeling. But the truth is, most of what we already own works perfectly fine. Replacing things that still work doesn't improve your quality of life. It only drains your savings a little at a time. It's not about never upgrading. It's about doing it with purpose. When something stops serving you, replace it. Until then, let it keep doing its job. Patience with purchases builds quiet wealth because it stops small leaks before they turn into habits. People often spend money trying to look successful. Not always for others, but for themselves. A new outfit, a stylish watch, an expensive dinner, it gives a momentary sense of progress. But when the feeling fades, the spending starts again. Looking successful and being secure are two very different things. The first is visible, the second is silent. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good about yourself, but confidence built on spending never lasts. The most confident people aren't necessarily the best dressed or the most polished. They're simply the ones who know they're in control of their lives and their money. Buying less, but better, creates balance. When you choose quality over quantity, purchases last longer and mean more. Home upgrades and renovations are another way people quietly drain money. Once someone settles into a house, the urge to keep improving it never really stops. A new kitchen, a better sofa, new paint, new floors, the list goes on. And while some changes genuinely make a space more comfortable or functional, many are done out of boredom or comparison. The home is often treated as a never-ending project. But constant upgrades don't always add value. They just shift money from savings into decor. Real progress is when changes have purpose. A home should serve your life, not become a financial hobby. Sometimes the smartest improvement isn't cosmetic at all. It's fixing the budget that supports the home, not the walls inside it. Another overlooked trap is saving without investing. Many people believe that if they're saving, they're doing well financially. And while saving is essential, it's only half the equation. Money that just sits loses value over time because prices rise. Inflation quietly eats away at what you've built, even if you never touch it. The goal isn't just to save, it's to grow. Investing doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as contributing regularly to a retirement account, buying index funds, or learning how to manage small investments wisely. The key is consistency. When money works while you sleep, it starts building a foundation that income alone can't match. Saving gives you security. Investing gives you freedom. You need both to move forward. When you look at all these habits together, a pattern appears. Most people don't waste money out of carelessness. They do it because they're following a script written long ago, one that equates visible comfort with success. But that mindset doesn't work anymore. Today, stability and progress come from invisible habits: living below your means, staying patient, and being intentional about where your money goes. The people who quietly build financial security aren't necessarily the highest earners. They're the ones who learn to manage what they have with clarity and purpose. Building wealth isn't about one big decision. It's about hundreds of small, thoughtful choices that compound over time. It's saying no when everyone else says yes. It's being okay with good enough when others are upgrading again. It's realizing that peace of mind is worth more than constant consumption. If you feel like you're earning well but not moving forward, it's probably not because you're doing everything wrong. It's because small habits are canceling out your progress. The moment you start questioning the defaults, the big house, the new car, the endless upgrades, things begin to shift. True financial freedom doesn't come from earning more. It comes from needing less.